Hello everyone, in this module, that is module 8, aggregations and grouping, we are going to learn about summarizing data, calculating totals, averages, counts, and how to group records meaningfully. Okay, so this is one of the most important parts of SQL used in analytics, reporting, dashboards, and backend systems. So let's get started. So what are aggregate functions? Okay, first we'll see aggregate functions. So they allow us to perform calculations on multiple records at once and return one single result. Okay, so for example, we can have like common aggregations functions such as we have count, okay, and we have sum, we have average, we have mean, we have max, etc. Okay, so these are some aggregation functions. So now let's see all of them with examples. Okay, so first we'll see the count function. So this is useful for counting the records. Okay, so for example, I want to see how many records are present in a table or on the basis of criteria. So this is very useful. So I can write like this: select count star. So that means to count all, and as total employees from employees table. Okay, so let me see. So there are 10 employees in the employees table. And also what will happen if I write where department id equals to 2. So this will count all the employees where they are working in the department id 2. So let me see. So there are two employees. Okay, so for department 1 there are three employees. So this is how it works. Other functions, mean and max function. So that means mean is for minimum value and max is for maximum value. So we can write like this: select, we can write select mean salary. Okay, so this is the mean salary. So the minimum salary of the result set will be written, and this is the max salary. Okay, the maximum salary of the results will be written from employees. So in this query, basically I will see the employees having the minimum salary and the maximum salary. So minimum salary is 46,000 and maximum salary is 90,000. And also here I can introduce the conditions like where clause. So let me write this: where department id 1. So now the mean salary and max salary will be calculated on the basis of department id 1. Okay, so let's see. So that means it says in the department id 1 the minimum salary is this and maximum salary is this. Similarly, I can change it to, maybe I can make it department id 3. Okay, so this is the department id 3 data. So in the department id 3, this is the minimum salary and this is the maximum salary. So the mean and max works on the basis of the result set that is generated from here. Okay, so this is just the formatting of the data. So this is how mean and max salary works. Now let's see the sum. So sum means the summation. So we can make totals. Okay, so similarly we can write like this: sum of salary. Okay, we can do like this: sum of salary from employees. Okay, so this is possible. So I want to see basically what is the expense of the company towards employee. So this is how much we pay to all employees as sum. So again I can have some conditions here, that if I put where clause, so the data will be further filtered. So let me query. See, so for the department id 3 this is the amount, and for say department id 1, so we'll get another output. So this is the total sum. Okay, so this is how sum function works. Now let's see another function which is called average function. So this is also very important function and very useful one. So average function, obviously as name suggests, it will give you the average value. So for example, say select, here I can say average. Here I'm not taking salary. Here let me say I'll take the age. Okay, select average age from employees. So I want to see the average age of all the employees. So this is how it works. So average age is 30.5. Again here I can add conditions where department id 1, for them only I want to see. Why I'm adding these things, so in some time I'll let you know when I go to the grouping. Okay, so now let's see for department id 2. Now let's see grouping. So why group by or grouping is very important in our case or in our work. So aggregate functions alone summarize all records. Okay, so just like here, if I want to see for department id 1, I want to write again and change query for this, and again if there is something I need to change. So this is how aggregates work, but I want to see for all the employees and all the department. So in that case, group by is helpful. So but what if you want the total per department or the average salary per team? So that's where group by comes in. Okay, so we'll see with example. So for example, say we want to calculate the number of employees per department. Okay, so first we can write like this: select, we have seen the count function. So from employees we know, okay, this will give 10, we know. Okay, but I want to see for all the department. So here we need to provide department id. Since we have provided here department id, we need to have this column in the group by. So apart from the aggregate functions, whatever we introduce in the select list, we need to add them into the group by, otherwise it will give error. So let's see. So this gives error, okay, because department id must appear in the group by clause, but we haven't provided it. So let me write like this: group by department id. So now this should work. So let me query. So this is the result. Now it says that count is 1 for null. So that means for null department, that means there is one such employee with having no department, and we know it's J. Okay, so for 2, that means there are 2 employees in department id 3, there are 3 employees in department id 1, and so on. So this is how we do. And also if I want to see this kind of thing that we were doing for average salary and average age, etc. So again we can write like this: department id, and we don't need to change the where clause again and again. We can omit that, and we can write group by department id. Okay, so let me query. So at once we got all the such results. That means for all the department, what is the average age? So that means for department 3, this is the average age, department 2, this is the average age, and so on. So this is how grouping is very useful. Okay, so there is another thing that is having clause. Okay, so alone grouping is not useful that much, but we have one more thing that is called having functions. So this is very important to remember for you, that is where clause filter the records. Okay, group by group the records, but having filters the group. Okay, so there is like we can say where one, it filters the records. Okay, we'll see with examples obviously. Then group by does the aggregations, means does the grouping, and then having filters the group by. Okay, so let's say with examples. So I want to see I want to see the employees count, or we can say I want to see the employees count where there are more than 2 employees in that department. Okay, how we can do: select count star. Okay, first let me start from the beginning. Select star from employees. Okay, so this gives all the record we know. Okay, so all 10 records are returned. Now I want to limit the record. Maybe I can say where department id is not null. Okay, so I want to have only such records where department id is present. So what I did, department id is not null, I have written. So this is how null checks are done. So if I query this, automatically 9 records will be returned. 9 records are written. So this is how where clause filtered the data. And now we'll go to the aggregations, count star. Okay, so what to count on the basis of department id. Okay, now since I have added the department id here, I need to have the group by department id. So I am basically having the counts with on the basis of department ID. So let's see, as we have already seen. So this is how comes. But instead of getting all the records, what I want only that department data where at least more than two employees work. Okay, so how I can write that? So for that I need to introduce having clause. So having count star more than 2. Okay, so this should return only one record, this one. Okay, because count more than 2 satisfy for this one only. So let me query. So here it is. So this is how it works. So we can have this having clause on any other situation, like we can have having average age is greater than this, or having maximum things, maximum salary greater than this, etc. So they also work. Okay, so basically having filters the group by record. Okay, if we do group by, we'll get all the information for the group by, and if we apply having on that, so again filtering of the data will happen. So this is why having clause is very important. Okay, so now let's see one common example with multiple aggregations. Okay, so let's see how we do that in one single query. I need to calculate the multiple summaries for the employees. So let me write like this: select first star from employees. Okay, and here I'm introducing the join because we have already seen join. So join. Okay, join departments, dpt on, we know dpt dot department id equals to emp dot department id. Okay, so we know what they are, so I'm not explaining again. Okay, so let me take here dpt dot department name. Okay, so why I'm not taking employee name? Because I don't need employee data, I need department wise data. So that's why I have joined the departments. So this is done. Now count star, what we can say, count star as total employees, we can say like this. So how many employees are there, we can have the data as total employees, and we can also say the minimum salary. Okay, so this is the main salary, and also we can see max salary, so that's max sal. And then we can also have average salary, that is average sal. Okay, you can give any name to this alias names. Okay, so we have done like this, and since we have mentioned here the department name separately, so we need to put this department name in the group by. Okay, otherwise it will give error. So let me put group by dpt dot department name. Okay, so let me query. So this is the output. So in the marketing department there are two employees, minimum salary is this, maximum is this, and average is this. So, and this is how for all the departments. So this is how we can build complex summary or reports, etc., using these functions, aggregations, group by, having, etc. So here also, for example, we can say having, we can do further filtering of data. Having, we can say average salary. Okay, average salary, say it should be greater than, we can say how much, greater than, say 50,000. Okay, so if we do this, so this record should be omitted because this is average salary is having less than 50,000. So let's query and see. See, so HR department data is removed because that doesn't satisfy this having clause condition. So this was all about group by, having, etc. Okay, so that we have done, and also we have seen multiple columns, aggregations, etc. Okay, now let's see grouping on multiple columns along with order by as well. So this is also very important. So let's see another example. This will be simpler one. So for example, I want to write like this. So select, maybe say select star from employees. Okay, so what I need to select is, maybe say department id. Okay, department id, and then I can select age, and then count star. Okay, count star I have done. And on the, so since there are two columns, I need to provide them in the group by, because we know that on the basis of this aggregations, whatever other columns which are not aggregate functions, we have to mention them in the group by. Okay, so group by this. So here you can see that these all were the aggregate functions apart from this. So that's why we had to provide them that department name in the group by clause, otherwise it would give error. Okay, so here we have done this, and now let me do the order by. And also this is very important, I cannot order by something which is not in this select list. Okay, so first let me do the correct one. So department ID and age, and I can change this ascending, descending, etc. But let me keep it as simple. So let me query. So this is the output. Okay, and if you see the output, it is sorted on the basis of department and age. Okay, if the department is same, then it checks the age 28, 32, 33, then it goes to the next. Okay, so the department is same, so on the basis of age it will be sorted. So this is the ascending order, we can change it to descending order, so we can have the similar result. So for the department id 1, so there are three employees and they are sorted in descending order. So this is how things work, okay, with group by and order by. And also what will happen if there is no such column and I want to do sorting on the basis of that, maybe say salary is not in our select list here, but I want to order by on the basis of salary. Should it allow or not? No, it will not allow. So let's see, it gives error because salary is not here. Okay, so this is how it works. And also if I mention salary here, I need to provide the salary in group by as well. So you need to remember these things. So this was all about aggregations and grouping in PostgreSQL. And also we have seen some common errors that usually people do. So having clause is used for grouping the data, you should remember, and where clause is to filter the data. Okay, so this is all about this module that we are going to end. So in this module we have covered the aggregate functions, group by, having, aggregations with joins, multi-column grouping, and some practical examples. So in the next module we'll go deeper into the advanced SQL and we'll see subqueries in PostgreSQL. So this is very important topic. So let's move to the next module.